comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
Ooh, what's up, guys? Welcome to this edition of a Funko Popcast. I am DK Wrestler.
And I am MD Shady.
And in today's podcast, we have ourselves, of course, the remaining Funko Pops of January 2022, which there's some pretty sweet announcements to end off the month of January. Of course, next week, we will kick off by talking about the February 2022 Funko Pop announcements. But for today, we're going to talk about January. We're going to kick off with what's the haps. And then, of course, after we talk about those January pops, we will have our usual segment of the update to, of course, update the top 10 list from the prior week. But without further ado, we might as well kick off with our segment of What's the Haps, which those brand new to the podcast. What's the Haps is a segment where we essentially talk about what's been happening in our lives the last week, which range from watching TV shows and movies, playing video games, doing whatever life has brought to us the last week. So MD, what is the haps with you?
Okay, what is the haps with me? I feel like it hasn't really changed much since last week. I mean, I'm trying to think if there's anything different that I've been watching. I've actually been kind of binge watching American Dad on Disney Plus or Star, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why. One day I kind of just thought, I feel like watching American Dad because it's been quite some time and I'm enjoying it. It's just as good as it was when the show originally came out. Besides that, I also have watched the Book of Boba Fett. I forgot to mention that last week that I am caught up on the Book of Boba, and the most recent episode was pretty insane. There was a ton of Easter eggs in it, and it was awesome. And obviously it is leading up to the third season of Mando, which is going to be so cool. I'm super pumped about that. I actually watched a video of this guy who kind of talked about all the Easter eggs in the last episode of the Book of Boba Fett, and there was a lot that I didn't even notice, and that guy is hella smart. There was just so much stuff that I didn't realize that was so cool to kind of hear about. What else have I been watching? I don't know. I've been kind of watching some YouTube. I've been watching a lot of Wasatch Pop and Top Pops and Comfort Cartoons, which is the new channel of like ADHD World / ADHD Life. He made a new channel and I'm enjoying the stuff that he's doing on there, collecting a lot of Nickelodeon stuff. And he's actually showing off a lot of Funko Pops on that channel recently. So that's pretty cool because he does collect Funko Pops, but not like me and DK and a lot of you guys, I guess. He just mostly collects like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon Pops. Besides that, I don't know. I haven't really been doing much. I've been kind of off work, but today is actually the first day that my work is back open to the public, I guess, without having to just take out. So I'll hopefully be more because I'm running out of the Funko funds and that's never good. So DK, what's the haps with you?
All right, what's the haps with me? Also, nothing really has changed. Still trying to watch some Naruto when I can. Think I'm actually almost done Naruto now. I'm only, I think, less than 20 episodes away from finishing it, and then I'll probably watch Shippuden after. And I have also been watching the Book of Boba. So good. Recent episode was fantastic without spoiling anything, which I should mention for anyone listening to this podcast. We're talking about episode 5, which is titled The Return of the Mandalorian. As you guys would probably think our most recent episode would be the episode 6 that would launch on the Wednesday as we are recording this on a Monday. So I just wanted to clarify that. But that recent episode was great. It definitely sets up for not only season 3 of The Mandalorian, but if you haven't seen it yet, a little bit of a spoiler. They are hinting that, of course, we will see Grogu at some point, and it's going to be great. I can't wait till that comes out. And then Fortnite. I've been shredding Fortnite as of late, of course. Just got some new skins, so that's pretty cool. But other than that, I haven't really been doing much. But anyways, guys, we will now move on to the last set of January 2022 Funko Pop announcements, which hopefully this is the last set because we are recording this on January 31st. there's still, a bunch of hours left as we're recording this until essentially there could be more Funko Pop announcements. Hopefully we don't have to do an update part 2. But nonetheless, kicking off January 24th, Funko had announced the next set of NFT Funko Pops, which first off, we got ourselves Arnold Shortman from Hey Arnold, which will be limited to 1,550 pieces. Ember McLean from Danny Phantom, which is also limited to 1,550 pieces. A Freddy Funko covered in green slime, which will be limited to 2,000 pieces. Vlad Plasmius from Danny Phantom, which will be limited to 1,550 pieces. A superhero variant of Tommy from Rugrats, which will be limited to 999 pieces. And then we have a superhero variant of Chucky from Rugrats, which will be limited to 1,550 pieces, which these are releasing tomorrow as we are recording this podcast, but obviously would have already released essentially as you guys are listening to this. Then on January 25th, Funko Europe had announced an exclusive 4-pack Valentine's Day Star Wars set of the original 4 of Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, Chewbacca, and Yoda, all in Diamond Collection form, in which it's unknown yet of where this will be exclusive to within North America, and it's also unknown yet of when these will be releasing. Then on January 26th, Entertainment Earth had announced their own exclusive pop comic covers of another Batman, which this is expected to release as early as May 2022. Then on Friday, January 28th, Funko had announced pops of Jabbawockeez, which there is a more common version wearing a red attire, and then a 1-in-6 chase variant that's wearing the black attire, in which this pop, or these pops realistically, are expected to release as early as March 2022. On that same day, Funko had announced a Funko Shop exclusive drop of a Moana with gold dress, part of the Disney Princess set, in which that is available now and most likely still available on the Funko Shop. And then also on that same day, Hot Topic had announced their own exclusive pop of Twice from My Hero Academia, which has a partially unmasked 1-in-6 chase, in which it has since sold out online, but should be arriving at various Hot Topic retailers now. Then today, as we are recording this podcast on January 31st, Funko had announced a set of pops for the upcoming Disney Plus series, The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, which all of these pops will be Target exclusive, in which this set has Uncle Bobby, Penny Proud, DeJohnny Jones, an Oscar and Trudy 2-pack, and then Sugar Mama with Puff, in which unknown yet of when these are expected to be released, because Target, for some reason, doesn't write that when they post their pops. On that same day, Funimation had announced their own exclusive 2-pack of a All Might and Deku from My Hero Academia, which this is available now to purchase on the Funimation website. Then Funko had announced 2 Funko Shop exclusive pops, which the first one we have here is an Imperial Palace The Flash, actually an Imperial Palace Reverse Flash. And we have ourselves a Reverse Flash for the Dia de los lineup, in which both of these did release today, and as far as I know, are still available to order off of the Funko Shop. So kicking off with the NFT Nickelodeon pops, which I'm not going to go into so much detail about these pops because I actually did a video on the channel, actually, I think it was last Tuesday, I believe, about these pops and kind of going one by one of my opinions of them, but I'll kind of give an overall opinion about these pops, and kind of what I forgot to actually mention during the video from last week is that this is probably the best set of NFT pops that Funko has done yet. I think that the wide variety of Nickelodeon shows involved in these NFT pops is exactly what I mentioned 2 weeks ago when we discussed about the retro comics drop and how it seemed very Popeye heavy and not spreading out to different licensors. You have 3 different licensors between, I guess, 6 pops here. You got Hey Arnold with the Arnold Shortman. You have 2 pops from Rugrats, which is obviously a very popular Nickelodeon show with 2 of them. And then 2 pops from Danny Phantom, which I know a lot of people are very angry that we finally get more Danny Phantom pops and you have to get them through the NFTs. And I will mention that the best pop, in my opinion, of this entire set is the Freddy Funko. And that's very shocking for me to say, considering that probably throughout the 3-year history of doing this podcast, I've kind of always trashed Freddy Funko Pops. But I think this is a prime example of how Freddy Funko Pops should be done. This is fantastic. And it kind of sucks that the only way you can actually get this pop is if you collect all of the cards from common, uncommon, rare, and epic, which I think is like close to 100 different cards. And you need one of each of the cards in each of the rarities in order to actually obtain it, which that sucks, because like that pop is just straight fire. Then we got ourselves the Diamond Collection 4-pack of the Valentine's Day Star Wars pops, which for a while there, Funko was doing well with executing Diamond Collection properly, but they're kind of going back the roots of let's just slap Diamond Collection on something that just doesn't make sense. And I don't hate this, obviously, because it's Valentine's Day pops, because I actually quite enjoy the Valentine's Day pops. It's just reused pops. You make a specification that just doesn't make sense, and you slap them with an exclusive sticker, which, if I were to predict correctly, like I mentioned in, I think it was last Thursday's video, I think these will be Hot Topic exclusives, mainly because these are Diamond Collection pops, unlike what we've been seeing where it's like Walmart exclusive, where you would just see common pops slapped into a 4-pack with. Then we got ourselves the Batman Pop comic covers exclusive to Entertainment Earth. And this, in my opinion, is so much better than the original Batman comic covers, in my opinion. I think the pop that's in here, they executed very, very well to an extent. I know that it looks very more black than it does blue, but I think it would have been a little bit tough to kind of bring out what is actually shown with the blue. So I think it's good that they went the route of kind of switching the colors for the sake of the pop. And I think so far this may be my favorite, I should say, DC comic covers, because they have dabbled into the Marvel comic covers and some of those are pretty banger. But this is excellent. I think they did a great job with this. Good job, Funko. Jabbawockeez Funko Pops. Now, it's crazy that with so many different like wish lists we've done, especially with like the wish list podcast we had, this is one of those things where like I never thought about it off the top of my head that like, oh, well, maybe Funko should do Jabbawockeez Funko Pops. Like, it's pretty crazy to me. I feel like maybe it's a little bit long overdue, because I know a lot of people are fans of Jabbawockeez, and I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, these will be a part of the Icons lineup, which I think definitely makes sense, because how would you really put them in, like, let's say, a TV lineup if it's like America's Top Dance Crew or whatever they got famous from, or if you put them in some sort of category. I think Icons is the kind of the perfect category for Jabbawockeez. They look cool, but they look kind of awkward in Funko Pop form, especially with the mask and how it looks so weird. But I mean, with that kind of mask that the Jabbawockeez do wear, if obviously you've seen Jabbawockeez, which I'm sure a lot of people have, it would be very difficult to kind of pull that off. So the way they did it is okay, I guess. And I'm sure these are going to be huge sellers in 2022. Then we got the Moana with gold dress, comes with the pin. They've been doing this with Funko Shop exclusives. This is all right. I mean, like I've mentioned with some of the previous gold dress variants of the Disney Princess Pops, they're all right. They're not the greatest. I do like what they originally did, where it's almost like you get more of a bang for your buck and it's more of a deluxe figure, instead of now where you see the characters and they're wearing gold dress and they come with a pin. I mean, if you're a Disney fan and you're trying to complete that set, cool. But at the same time, I feel like it's just Then we got ourselves twice from My Hero Academia. And I know that certain retailers did get this with a special edition sticker, but of course we wanted to wait until we get official glam shots before we talked about it. And I remember seeing this character in My Hero Academia, and he was only in it for a little bit. Like, he's not like that big of a character. He's one of the villains, I'm pretty sure. And I think both the common and the chase are pretty decent. Like, if I were to pick one up, I wouldn't care if it's the common or the chase, but the chase does look pretty cool with like the hair sticking out. Then we got Proud Family Funko Pops, which is pretty sweet. Of course, this is for the upcoming Disney Plus series and not the original series, as I watched as a kid. And it's so weird because I totally forget a lot about the Proud Family. Like, I can't exactly remember different moments that were involved in that show because it was so long since I seen it. But these look great in Funko Pop form. And I think from what I remember, a lot of people, because these were posted on Target's website yesterday, but we wanted to wait until the official glam shots came out, or if there were other, like let's say if they were commons and then there was other exclusives, but I guess all these will be Target exclusives. I think a lot of people were really pumped about the Sugar Mama, which I think that's really cool. This is a little Pop and Buddy. The way they did the eyes is pretty sweet. And they did a great job with this. I can't wait to see more, especially if they dabble into the older series of Proud Family. Then we got ourselves the My Hero Academia 2-pack of All Might and Deku, and it's literally simply the original 2 Deku and All Might pops slapped into a 2-pack, where then you have a Funimation exclusive sticker. That's it, which I have nothing really else to say because that's really all you can say. And then we got ourselves the reverse flash pops, both the Imperial Palace and the Dia de los pops, which the Imperial Palace reverse flash is pretty sweet. I like the overall look of it. And then the Dia de los pop is pretty wicked. That's actually the flash version is probably my favorite Dia de los pop out of the ones they have announced for the set. But I know they did the original ones for both normal flash of Dia de los and Imperial. But I think for some reason, the Imperial Palace reverse flash that we're looking at right now is better than the original one. But I do think that the original Dia de los flash is better than this version of the reverse flash, in my opinion. But overall, still a cool looking pop. And I don't know exactly how many people are going to get it. And I don't know if it's going to sell out because a lot of Funko Shop exclusives haven't been selling out as of late. But overall, as terms of detail, these are some cool looking pops.
Okay, starting off with some new NFT pops, and it's a pretty banger set of NFT pops. I mean, really, really cool. We have Arnold Shortman, of course, and he's slimed, which is an interesting thing. Obviously, we have seen an Arnold pop before, a couple different versions, actually. So the slimed one is okay. I think maybe we could have seen a different character from Hey Arnold, and that might have been a better pick than this. But I do think that it does go with my thoughts on NFT pops, where it should be pops like this version of Arnold, where you can get the normal version because it's just a common pop, though it is a little older now. You can always get that, whereas this version is going to be very tough to find, obviously, because you have to essentially win it. And then if people win it and want to resell it, it's going to be a pretty decent price. So I do think that it's cool because it is just a different version. Then we have the 2 Danny Phantom pops. I guess I'll talk about them together. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, where we have new characters where the only way you can get them is through doing this NFT thing, which is smart on Funko's behalf because more people are going to want to buy the packs to try to get them. But at the same time, I feel like most people realize, especially if you read the comment sections, that you're not going to get this. And a lot of people are really hating on the NFTs. I think NFTs are cool, but I don't know about the physical pop thing about it. But the 2 pops are pretty dang awesome for Danny Phantom. So it's cool that we're getting them in some form. I just wish there was a whole new wave of Danny Phantom pops that were more accessible to the consumers. Then I guess next I will talk about the Tommy and the Chucky. These are cool. And it's kind of the same thing with the Arnold, where we have different versions of characters that are already existing in pop form. So that's cool. I mean, some people will probably want these superhero forms a lot. So either they're going to have to fork up the money or try hard to win them in the NFTs. And then lastly, we have the Freddy Funko that is slimed and also has the Nickelodeon blimp, which I guess is like the Kids' Choice Award. And this thing is awesome. This is the one pop out of this set of NFTs that I really want. I feel like I may end up opening a couple packs, and if I don't end up getting it, which I obviously won't because I'm not going to be getting a full set by any means, I feel like I'm going to end up having to buy this on the secondary market. And if I had to guess, I would say that's probably going to cost like $500 Canadian, but that's just a guess. I don't know. It could be cheaper. It might even be more. I guess it depends how much people want this piece. And it also depends on how many actually go out, because I think right here it says that there's like 2,000 pieces. But what I've heard is that if not all 2,000 people claim a full set of the NFTs, that they just don't get released, I guess. So it could end up being only 1,000 pieces. It could be 500 pieces. I guess it just depends on how many people claim this pop. Next up, we have the Diamond Collection Valentine's Day Star Wars 4-pack. And this is crazy because there's a lot going on with this. And it's a lot of things that are kind of weird. So you have one, pretty much just color variants of existing characters. I mean, they are posed a little bit different and they do have like the heart-shaped boxes of chocolates. Okay, so it isn't exactly an existing mold, I guess, for a normal Star Wars pop, but it is a color variant. And then you have Diamond Collection on it, which makes no sense at all. And then the kicker is that they throw them together in a 4-pack. So yeah, this is kind of trash. Definitely would rather get the solo pops that we seen last year. And no, I'm not talking about the solo movie. I'm talking about these pops individually without the Diamond Collection and obviously being solo pops. Next up, we have the Entertainment Earth exclusive Batman comic book covers, and this is pretty cool. I don't know if I like it better than the original Batman comic cover, but it is neat. I think it would have been cool if the cape would have been like more black, like you see on the comic book cover itself. And it's just a little bit weird because you don't have that female character being kind of hugged, I guess, by Batman. So it's kind of a weird pop, though I do think the pop looks cool on its own. But I don't know. I think I do like the other Batman just a little bit better than this one, but it is still a pretty cool comic book cover. Then we have the Jabbawockeez, and yeah, DK summed it up pretty good. Like when you're thinking about pops that you want, I never would have thought about the Jabbawockeez, but these are cool. These are really awesome. I'm glad that they gave us 2 different versions with the black attire chase version, though I do think that they should have been switched around. I think the black should have been the common and the red should have been the chase, because I feel like when you think of the Jabbawockeez or in a lot of their videos on YouTube and stuff like that, they mostly do wear the black attire, though you do see them in red sometimes, obviously. I just think it would have been smarter to switch it around, and I do think I like the black a little bit better because you can kind of make out the words of, well, the one word of Jabbawockeez on the sweater a little bit better on the black one as well. I just think it's kind of the better pop. Then we have another one of these Funko Shop exclusive princesses for this gold pin set collection. And Moana's all right. I don't think it's even close to being the best one. It might even be one of the worst ones. And that's not a knock on Moana because I really love that movie. I just don't think it looks as good as the other ones where you have kind of the full dresses that are gold and just some decent pops, because I do enjoy this set of the gold dress princesses. Then we have Twice from My Hero Academia, and I haven't seen this character before because I haven't got that far in My Hero Academia, but the character design looks cool, and I think it works well in pop form, and I do think it's super cool that there is the chase where it is half kind of unmasked, kind of like we've seen with the Deku Pop in the past. And then we have the Proud Family Louder and Prouder Pops, and I'm so glad that we're able to talk about these. I did see a leak about these and I thought, oh, I hope this ends up getting announced so that we can actually talk about it. And thankfully it did. And these are so cool. This is awesome. I'm so excited about this. I loved watching the Proud Family, and I'm super excited for the new show, I believe it is. I don't think it's a movie, but these are so cool. I like the assortment of characters that we're seeing here. I think that Sugar Mama is obviously the best one. I think a lot of people agree with that. But the one thing that I think that we really need to talk about here is what the heck is going on with Oscar Proud. I mean, it's so ridiculous. And I went through the comments on, I believe it was Diss Trackers on Instagram when he had posted this, and everyone was talking about that Oscar pop because it is garbage. I mean, it doesn't look anything like Oscar Proud. Obviously, he has a really long kind of rectangular head, and it didn't translate well to pop form. And someone on Instagram in the comment section brought up a good point of, if they can make fish characters for Finding Nemo and like Pokemon pops. They didn't say Pokemon pops, but that's just something that popped into my head. Why couldn't they make this pop look like Oscar Proud and still make it look popified? A lot of people are saying that this is a very lazy Funko Pop, and that they're noticing that Funko has just been getting lazier and lazier with some of their designs. And I have to agree with that, because honestly, that does not look like Oscar Proud. And considering that is kind of a fan favorite character besides Sugar Mama, they really screwed up on this one. But overall, this set is really awesome. I do think that Petty Proud looks amazing as well. But I do think that Sugar Mama is definitely the best out of this set because they just did a really good job on it. Obviously, you do have the pop and buddy aspect of it. And I mean, the eyes look very accurate to the show. So what a cool set, obviously, besides that Oscar Proud. Then we have the Funimation exclusive All Might Deku 2-pack. And yeah, these are just common pops thrown in a 2-pack. I don't see the point of it, but at the same time, if I would end up getting into My Hero Academia, I would probably want to buy this one because you get a sticker, and I obviously don't have either of these pops. So it kind of makes sense to get them in a 2-pack. And then you get that cool sticker, I guess. That's the only upside to this. Other than that, I don't really see a need for it. And then we have the Imperial Palace, the Flash with the reverse flash. And this is a cool one. I kind of like the reverse flash. I think I liked the common a little bit better, or not the common, but the normal flash better than the reverse flash for this. But then we have the reverse flash for the, what is it called? The Moitez.
The Dia de los.
Dia de los. Okay, yes. So then we have the reverse flash for the Dia de los, and this is really awesome. I think that the colorway for the reverse flash works very well with kind of the sugar skull look. And yeah, this thing's awesome. Probably one of the best ones we've seen.
Are you looking for great pop protectors? Then look no further than popbox.ca. They have a variety of 4-inch and 6-inch protectors in different quantities. Do you want to get 10 protectors, 20? You can get even up to 250 pop protectors over on popbox.ca. And also use our promo code of Funko Popcast for 10% off of your entire purchase of pop protectors. The code is going on until supplies last. So go get your pop protector needs now over on popbox.ca using our code of Funko Popcast to get 10% off, and also free shipping over $75 in both Canada and the US with duty fees included.
And let me tell you guys, we're not just screwing around here. These are some great pop protectors. We own a multitude of these protectors. They are some of the best I've seen. Stop buying from EB Games. I'm not boycotting EB Games by any means, but their pop protectors are not as good. So again, use code Funko Popcast for 10% off.
All right, so now we are going to move on to our segment, the update, because at least hopefully as of this moment, we are officially over and done with January 2022. Hopefully there's no extra pops after we record this. That way we'd have to do a update part 2, which would be just not necessary. For the update, we'll update the top 10 list, but we're actually, if you're used to listening to this podcast, we are actually doing a new concept for the update where normally we would only talk about what's been added, but what we're going to do is kind of do it in the way of the top 10 list, except that we will only mention up until what has not changed yet, which I will start off first to kind of get used to this. And then obviously next month we'll go the usual route of MD Shady, then beginning his update first. So starting off, coming in at number 10 now will be the NFT limited to 2,000 piece Freddy Funko Pop. I think this pop looks excellent, the way they executed it, and especially in my opinion, pretty crazy to even mention that a Freddy Funko Pop would even make my top 10 list, but it has, because this pop is just great, and this is how Freddy Funkos should be done. Coming in at number 9 on my list is the Jabbawockeez, and I actually chose the common version just because I actually kind of do like the common better than the chase, although yes, Jabbawockeez are known for wearing the black attire, but I think in the case of you already have the black eyes with the black mouth, I think just having the red instead of having so much black involved with the pop, I think looks a little better. Either way, it could have worked, but just in my opinion, I like the way the red outfit looks better than the black one, in my opinion. Then coming in at number 8, which actually was originally, I believe, number 6 on the top 10 list from last week, is the Target exclusive Mandalorian with Grogu Valentine's Day pop. Won't go into explanation of those pops because I already explained why they would have made the top 10 list. Then coming in at number 7, which originally was number 5, is the Valentine's Day Grogu. Then coming in at number 6, but originally number 4, is King George from Hamilton. Coming in at number 5 is the Pop in a Box exclusive Unmasked Bruce Wayne, which was originally number 3 on my list. Now coming in at number 4 is the Target exclusive Sugar Mama with Puff from the Proud family. And this pop looks excellent. I think MD basically summed it up perfectly in how this basically looks exactly like the character. And you get more of a Poppin' Buddy. And it's always cool to have Poppin' Buddies because it's more bang for your buck. The overall design and the hype for just this character itself is through the roof compared to the other ones for the Proud family set. Coming in at number 3 is the Entertainment Earth exclusive Batman pop comic covers. I do really enjoy this comic covers better than the other one. There are some flaws with it, like MD had pointed out, but I still think it is one of the better comic covers that we have seen Funko done yet, in my opinion. And then number 2 and number 1 are still the same from the last top 10 list we did for January last week. So if you guys want to know what my number 2 and my number 1 was for this top 10 list, tune in to last week's edition of a Funko Podcast to find that out. But other than that, MD Shady, what's your updated list?
Okay, I do have a couple of different figures that are now on the update. So starting off at number 10, I have Oscar Proud. Coming in at number 9, I have Oscar Proud. Coming in at number 8, also Oscar Proud. No, actually, it's not Oscar Proud at all, because that could definitely be a candidate for one of the worst pops of the year. Just calling that right now. But my real list coming in now at number 10, which was originally number 7 on my list, is the Walmart exclusive do-it-yourself Mickey Mouse. Coming in at number 9 on my list, which was originally number 6, is the Lil Wayne for the music video of Lollipop. Coming in at number 8 on my list is now the Chase version of the Jabbawockeez with the black attire. I do think that one is better because it's kind of what I think of when I think of the Jabbawockeez. And like I said, I do find it a little bit easier to read the writing on the sweater with the black attire version. Coming in at number 7, which was originally number 5, is the NFT of Bluto from Popeye. Coming in at number 6, which was originally number 4, is the Little Mermaid movie moments. Coming in at number 5, which was originally number 3, is King George from Hamilton. Coming in at number 4 is Sugar Mama from the new Proud Family set. What a great figure. I mean, so cool. Like we said, you get the Poppin' Buddy, so it definitely is more bang for your buck. And I can't wait to collect this set. Coming in at number 3, which was originally number 2, is the NFT Freddy Funko as Popeye. And then lastly, coming in at number 2 is the NFT Freddy Funko, which is slimed with the Kids' Choice Award. That is such a cool pop. Like I said, probably won't be getting it through the NFT drop, so I will have to go to the secondary market to find it. I'm really praying that my wallet can handle the blow on buying that one, because I feel like it will be expensive, but at the same time, that's a really cool Freddy Funko. And then, of course, my number 1 is staying the same. And if you guys want to know what that is, definitely check out last week's pod, because that was cool. And I mean, it's a really, really awesome Funko Pop.
Anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of this week's podcast. If you enjoyed this week's edition of a Funko Podcast, make sure you smash that like button. Comment in the comments section below and let us know your favorite pops from the month of January 2022. Press the subscribe button for more content like this podcast and any other videos we do on this channel in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. And if you haven't yet, follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at a Funko Podcast. It'll be listed in the description below. But anyways, guys, thank you for listening to this week's podcast, and we hope to see you guys next week on a Funko Podcast. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.
Arnold! Peace in, peace out.